I think
I don't
Taylor's
ever want to get in a fight ever again.
was the last time you even had anything physical when you like picked that dude up at the college
the parking lot.
Yeah, when I removed that miscreant from the parking spot, and that wasn't a fight. It was just me picking up a college kid and moving
Yeah,
him.
but you know,
It
you
was
laid
a
hands on him.
physical altercation, but it wasn't like
Did
at
he
no
resist
point were
at
we
all, or was he just like
he kicked a little bit like when I picked him. So basically, here's the story. This was like years, like probably 6 years ago now. Me and my dad and my stepmom were all driving down to Mizzou, University of Missouri, to watch a Mizzou football game. You know, SEC school, so very big football culture there. And we were all driving down there, and I was sleeping in the car the whole way. And my dad, stepmom, like we're driving through this parking garage on campus, and it's like getting clear. Like we're like 7 levels up, and it's like, oh no, because like every bit of road is taken. Like it's like we would have to drive miles and miles away and like Uber back to the campus because it's that, it's SEC school. And we pull up on like the 8th level, and there's just an empty spot in front of us with a trash can in it. And this like gangly, probably 6'2" to 6'3", like skinny white guy, frat guy, clearly. And I stop there, and my dad like kind of wakes me up. Like I'm just now waking up, and he's like, Taylor, you think that spot's open? And I was like, the one with the guy in it? I don't know, maybe. And my dad's like, Taylor, go ahead and move that guy.
I love this. Taylor's sleeping in the car. They can't find a spot. There's a kid protecting the spot for his frat, and dad's like, awaken the Murka.
He did. He just like instructed me, and before I knew it, I was listening because he's my dad.
And in the minivan, so the side door slides open. Taylor with the soldier.
Taylor.
Yeah, and so he tells me, he's like, go move that kid so we can park there. And so I got out, and I was like, hey, like trying to be courteous, and I was like, hey, is that spot taken? Like giving him like the out situation so that he could, ideally, if it's like a society, he would go, jigs up. Yeah, it's open. Like that's what I genuinely thought would happen, because that's what I would have done if I were in his position. I'd be like telling my frat brothers, like, yeah, I'll watch the spot. But if push comes to shove, I'm not getting in a fight over a spot. Like I'm going to leave and then tell them that a security guy made me leave, like something easy like that. Yeah. But this guy was a tart. And so I said, hey, is that open? We're looking to park somewhere. And he goes, I'm saving it. And I was like, that's not happening. Like, that's not how this works. You can't save spots. And he kept like saying, I'm saving it. My frat brothers told me to save it. And so I'm walking over to the space now, and he's like holding this trash can like on the ground, like a just plastic trash can, kind of like a cone. And I was like,
immovable object.
Let's move this, man. Like we're gonna park here. It's gonna happen. And I was trying to keep it a little light, and I like grabbed the trash can, and I'm a decently strong guy, and I yanked it from him. And he tried to like grab it back and pulled it back towards him. And I was like, no. And I yanked it harder, and I stole the trash can from him. And then I moved it over to the side, and he went over and tried to grab the trash can again. Like yanked it again, and like made clear, like, you're not getting the fucking trash can back. And then he ran his skinny body back into the middle of the parking space, and like did something like this, as though this would make him heavier. Like going, and then
that made him easier to pick up,
more dense.
And like this whole time, like there's like now people behind my dad in the parking garage, and I'm like looking back to like get his like approval, where I'm like, are you still on board for this? And my dad's like, move him. And so then I went up behind the guy, and I grabbed around him like bear hug, and then just leaned back and picked him up and dragged him to the side of the space. My dad starts pulling in. I let the guy go. He runs right in front of my dad's car halfway into the space. And so I had to go pick him up again and then moved him, and I held him until my dad was actually out of the car. And the guy was like bitching and moaning. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. I remember that now. I remember it. He kept saying, I'm going to be in so much trouble. And I remember saying like, dude, you're like, I had just picked him up and moved him. But I remember also saying like, you're not going to be in trouble, man. Like, it's fine. Like I know, like, it's fine. Like, I wanted to tell him, like, you're a frat brother. This problem in your mind's eye right now is not real.
He's a
Like
pledge,
it's okay. Don't worry about it. I know you're a pledge and you're gonna like have to drink a bunch of vodka tonight. Oh, God forbid. Like you're gonna have to get drunk before a football game. But yeah, fuck that guy, piece of shit.
Are you sure
that's
you're
not
right?
I'm 100% right. You cannot save spaces in a public lot like that. It's rude. It's disrespectful. It shows a total disregard for the social contract of parking.
I acknowledge your confidence, but I'm still not sure that you're right. I feel like you can save spots. I remember at movie theaters,
I don't think you're not allowed to stand in a spot.
My mother would we get like 4 seats next to each other. I'm from a family of 4, and then like someone else would go get candy. And they'd be like, is that seat taken? Yes. My husband's getting candy for the family. He'll be back in a minute. It just seemed like a social construct and everyone respected it. You could just put your coat on the seat and people would be like, that seat must be reserved for someone who's not with them at the moment. And then when in my mind, I would just extend this to a parking lot. If someone stood in a spot saying like, this guy will be here in a second, he's turning around. Whatever.
No. In a parking lot, it is first come, first serve. It is such an important part of how parking works because once you open that door and now everyone can just reserve stuff, people are just going to have cones and spots. Like people
there was a human in the spot.
Yeah, they're briefly.
A light.
Yeah.
Like that but think about what kind of human it was. He was the most disposable. He was being used as a parking cone. He was a disposable human who had no choice. He was being ordered to stay there by his frat brothers. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They were like, you stay here. like I bet he got in trouble.
I bet he did get in a little bit of trouble, but that's again not my fault, not my problem.
He's that kid that died of like being forced to drink all that water that year.
I hope not.
Yeah, that's water sickness kid. Remember, you see that every now and then, where I guess it's a hazing ritual to force those guys to drink a ton of water, and after a while you die of water sickness or something. Your blood gets too hydrated or something.
One of the frats at Mizzou my freshman year got like kicked off for a couple of years because some pledge brother got hit in the face with a shovel during like some kind of initiation. And it's like, this isn't a prank, guys. Like you're just attempting murdering someone.
Fridays.
Yeah.
Taylor, I Googled it. The top result says you're wrong. The next like 5 say you're right. So
state-based maybe?
Yeah, so I'm right.
Wait, what? There's a law about saving spots?
Yeah,
Zach put in the chat, it's illegal to save a parking spot in NYC streets. So
that I Googled. I saw that on Google too.
It's illegal
entirely.
And it doesn't matter if it's legal or not. It's about consideration.
To be clear. So what I think you might have to lean on the rules of that private parking deck, right? Or was it a university deck?
It's a university parking lot. So it'd be like a state of Missouri one, I guess.
So you'd have to see what the state of Missouri State fucking athletic parkings.
But the law shouldn't come into it at all. The legality doesn't matter. It's just a simple act of consideration and common courtesy.
Property. So parking lots are private property if you're in like a Walmart or whatever. So like when you have like a car accident out there, it's kind of weird to like get the police involved. I know like not too long ago I was part of a car accident in a fucking parking lot, and the cops were just like, this is private property. It's kind of a private dispute. You said you did this. He said he did that. I don't know. I'll write both things down if y'all want. There's like really nothing they can fucking do.
Taylor, almost every link says you're right, except the first one, which is weird that the top result's the anomaly. But